And here we are. Here we are. Here we are today. Good evening. Blessed evening. In a halfway decent, wonderful evening. Weather may not be the best, but we are here.
Yes, we are.
Taking the journey together.
And we are on this road together as we usually are.
Mm-hmm.
And I am Sharon or Zare, and this is Craig or Imar. And we are enjoying taking this journey together and glad to have you on the journey with us. And today we not only celebrate being on the journey together, but once again, we are celebrating the beginning of Black History Month, where this year the theme is African Americans through the arts. And that's exciting.
That is. That is. Why does that make that exciting when it comes to Black History Month, to be exact? Why would that be exciting?
Well, for me, it's exciting because um, not only is it celebrating many of the different aspects of African Americans, but you know, we have a long um, history of entertaining, but it also takes into consideration your visual artists. It takes into consideration your writers who you don't see a lot of. It takes into consideration a lot of other aspects. But it's also one of those things where we are realizing that we are not stuck uh, using Black history only to celebrate enslavement, only to celebrate the down times in our history, and not even going back as far as to celebrate our history from Africa.
Exactly.
So, you know, that's very important.
I'm wondering, can we think about who are some Black history people that you referred to before we get into what we usually go into that were actual artists? Okay. I'll say again, they were actual artists.
Visual or
Visual, it don't make a difference. There were artists who could be visual, could be music, it could be. I mean, come on now.
okay. So I'm gonna throw one out.
Yes, throw one out.
Those who were couples or just artists in general.
No, if you listened the first time, which apparently wasn't, I said couples. I mean, the show's about couples.
Okay, I missed couples. You're right. I
The
did
show's
miss
about
that.
couples.
Okay.
How'd you miss that?
How about how
Okay.
the last I heard was artists, and the one couple that always stand out to me, that are always foremost in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
is Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis. And I think I mentioned them last week, maybe,
You did?
but or sometime at some point in time. But they are always um, in the forefront of my mind because you saw them in so many shows together, and in a lot of the movies that they did, they also were a couple. They were married, or they were friends, or they were dating, or you know. But either way, they were always. Um, it was seldom that you saw them not
Hey, look at
as a couple. Yes.
wow! Look at that. They showed up.
Yes.
See if I make them show up even better. Nope, guess not. There they are, but anyway, they're right there.
Yes. And they were really they came off as a very strong couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can shoot that away. Anybody else that you could think of? I'm trying to be the technical person at the same time. Um, keep us going here. So, anybody else you can think of?
As it was with the Fifth Dimension.
Oh yeah,
What was his name? Billy Davis and Marilyn McCoo.
Billy.
Was it Billy? What was his name? Marilyn McCoo and oh gosh, I thought it was Billy Davis Jr. or something like that.
You think so?
I could be so wrong, but I think that's what it was.
Let's see what here. Sure. That couple.
That couple.
Yeah, that couple. Look at that.
Yes, and they're still together.
Yeah, I think that was done in 2023.
Yeah, last year. Last couple. Yeah.
What was one of the songs that you could remember they sung? Beautiful couple. They got to be in their 70s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well in their 70s, but they still look beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, they had so many. The Age of Aquarius. Let's
Who
see.
were they with? What was the group they were with?
Fifth Dimension.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, they were definitely. I saw them one time at a. What was it? I saw them at. I got us down there. I saw them at a casino. I went to a casino. I saw them at a casino.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were singing at a casino, and Kansas City, Missouri, that casino that I used to go to with you.
Yeah.
They were there one night doing that. Yeah, wasn't that something? So it was a beautiful, um, very enduring, very inspiring, especially when you see a couple singing together um, in the unity and the rhythm, um, as if they were one. And most of the time, when we're used to um, people singing, I mean, you have to admit, most of the time when you hear people singing in any particular culture, we're not talking about just the black culture. Most of the time, it's what?
Um,
See if she's even caught on to this. She's here, but
most
she
of the
ain't
time,
here.
most of the time they're not married.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just,
most of the time they're just not couples. How many
Yeah.
couples do you know that
And
we're
that's-
referring to now
Exactly.
that
That's,
do a lot of singing,
yeah.
entertainment, or anything like that?
You don't.
That's the
and
whole
that's
point,
what
sir.
most of the time they're not married. They're just two
Well,
people.
whether they were
They-
married or not, they just,
Yeah. They
just most of the time,
they
not a
formed a
couple.
duo, but not a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't refer to whether they were a duo, whether they were a couple or not.
Hmm.
Most of the singers are single,
Yeah.
period, in the
Yeah.
entertainment world. Now,
Yeah.
you caught up with me yet?
Are
you here now?
I'm
Are
here.
you someplace down the street? 'Cause sometimes
Um,
you're someplace down the street, even though you're sitting there. This is all about couples.
yeah.
This is all about two people who are trying to work together
Mhm.
and a balanced relationship. Have you gave everybody that speech yet?
I have not.
I didn't think so. That's why you're
Yes.
caught off guard, because you haven't spoke the speech of the mission. So basically, let you speak in of the mission. Most of the time, that ain't really something that's running in your mind. So speak
it's running.
speak the vision and the mission, and maybe it will pop up in your mind, and you'll allow it to take hold. Then you go, okay, we'll be talking about relationships, even with the entertainment and the artists and everybody else. And that's important. That's what the show's all about.
Absolutely.
I would call these power couples too at the same time. Go ahead, give it a try.
Okay. We are our belief statement is we are going to relate. It does not
Mhm.
matter what a mother, father, or anybody else says. We are going to relate, but at taking the journey together, we believe in relating in a balanced way. And what we mean by balance is you enter into a relationship with your friend, and you marry that friend, and you have your friend and your lover both in the same person.
I'm trying to find some more. I'm using the Google. As these young folks say, Google it. Artists. I'm trying to find some more so people can see more artists who are African Americans or Black, because this is Black History Month, that basically form themselves as being a couple. Oh, I've got some, and we're going to go ahead and get them up on the scene so people can see.
Yes.
Once I know how to do this, I don't know why it's not doing it the way I want it to. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is really crazy. Here it is right here,
Mhm.
and it won't give me. I know what it wants to do. I know what it wants to do. It's just be a pain in the boot boot. Notice I
Yes.
didn't use any bad
I-
words. I said pain in the boot boot. Okay, good see.
Boot, boot. That's good.
Let's try this image search. No. Okay, that one looks pretty good, don't you think? Let's give it a try. It's over here. There it is. Who is that couple?
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
JC and Beyonce. Younger couple, no doubt about it. Definitely on the top of their game. Got plenty of money. Got more money than you and me, maybe God. But anyway, they're doing their thing. There's a couple that work in partnership with one another.
Yeah.
So we're talking about another African American couple that's doing their thing in the area of coupling and taking that journey together. And so we are, happy to see some more couples who are doing it. Let me get another one without having to go through the process of changing it. Here's another. Who's that couple?
LL Cool J. I have no idea who she is.
That's his wife.
Okay.
She's usually in the background. Oh, here we got a quote. Hey, I found the page. Jackpot. I found the page. Let me take this down so we can go through them ourselves. Hold on. Watch how we do this. Present, show, and we do the window. Which should be the window. The entire screen. No, it'll be the window, right? Yeah, this one. Here we go. And we'll bring it up. Add it. We got it. Add it. I don't know why it's not bigger than that. Is there something I'm not doing right?
I'm not sure. You may could do like a split screen. Maybe.
No, I'm doing it pretty big now. I'm just trying to figure out why it's not big enough. Well, how's that? There we go. Now, tell us who that couple is, Sharon.
That first couple is gosh, what are their names? That's what's his name? Boris. Oh, that one is.
Well, that's all right. This is
Yeah.
Morris Chestnut and well, what just do right here?
Okay.
Forrest Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut and
who?
his wife.
Yeah,
Yes.
can't remember her name,
I
but it says right there. Her name is
Pam Bice.
yeah, Pam Bice. So we'll talk about again another young couple
Yeah.
that is doing their thing in life and are relating with one another, hopefully in a positive way, in this particular world. Let's see who else we have here. Go to, oops.
Oh, that's Morris Chestnut.
There's Morris
I
Chestnut
didn't
and
think
his
the
wife.
other one was him. I thought maybe it was
Okay,
my eyes.
that's Forrest. That's
Morris
him.
Chestnut.
Chestnut. Oh yeah, that is him. I'm sorry. And his wife. I don't know why this is not. This is on the larger one, but it sure doesn't look larger on here. You notice?
Yeah, well, maybe it looks larger.
No, something's not right. I'm gonna remove it and try it again because this is present, share, in entire screen. No, entire word we'll call. Oh, it'll be a tab. Black couples. There we go. How's that? Watch this. Got it now. There we go. There we go. How's that? There we go. How's that? There we go.
Great.
Much better. Much better. Much better. I know I got to put it. So there's Mr. Chestnut and his wife. They've been around for a while with one another, right?
I think it's at 20 years.
Yep. What does it say up there? 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. So we got black love there. Yeah. I wouldn't even call it young black love, but it's definitely black love, right?
Yes.
Okay. And let's go to our next one. And make sure everybody out there you share alike. On our first day of Black History Month, we're celebrating, taking the journey. Relationships, yes, we're talking about sharing relationships that do exist, and they are doing their thing. What's the next one? Here comes the slapper and the slappee. Slapper. But we did see an old movie show.
Yes.
That
same thing
was done. What was done years ago.
And it was an exact situation.
Exactly. And I told you the first time I saw it.
I know.
I knew it was a gag, as they call it. So anyway, Beautiful Love. This would be Beautiful Black Love without Jada Pinkett. I don't know why they say without Jada Pinkett. Well, anyway, with Jada Pinkett Smith. Be without Jada Pinkett. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Some people will say it shouldn't be
without the two of them.
The reigning king and queen, who have been serving up rock solid love forever. Some people kind of say they're kind of wondering about the rock solid love. I know you heard about that. They kind of deny the rock solid love thing. But anyway, that's one of them. What's the next one?
Boris Kodjoe and Nicole Ari Parker.
Boris Kodjoe. Which one? Let's do this whole thing. How about that? Do the whole thing like this. Where's he at? Oh, hold on. Okay, Boris and his wife. Beautiful couple. Look at that. That older couple. Is that a beautiful couple?
Yeah. She was in.
He was in Soul Food, of course.
She was in Soul Food.
Oh, she was in Soul Food. Oh, yes. Who was she in Soul Food?
She was the oldest sister.
Oh, yeah. The one that the guy played on, and she wanted to cut cousin who played on it, or played with her husband, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mr.
Not a good relationship.
No. Of course, I don't know what kind of places he acted on, but it's a good couple. Look at that. Good. Very soft. Oh, they're coming back again. How is that? I guess because they're in money. They're in the money. They're in the money. So there we go. We're looking at who, Sharon? Who's this person?
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. Beyonce. Okay. See, let's go down a little bit further. Who else besides Beyonce? This brother with this beard. Check this out. Who are they, Sharon?
Um, Solange and Ellen Ferguson.
Make a beautiful musical together. Just one of them, look how they look to each other. It's clear that they're soulmates. He got a beard more than mine, come to think of it, that young man. Shoot.
Yeah, he's got quite the beard.
Yes, he does.
I have
Yes.
no idea who this couple is.
I don't, neither do I, but there are a couple that looks like they do their couple thing.
Yeah,
Isn't that something? So the couple that still does the couple thing.
yeah.
Who's the next one?
Holly Robinson Pete and Rodney Pete.
There's Mr. Holly Robinson. Okay.
She's
There's
Holly Robinson.
yeah, she. Where did we see her before, Miss Holly Robinson? 21 years.
She was
hanging
in
with Mr.
Hanging
Cooper.
with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, 21 years.
Yes.
Wow. Isn't that something?
Mhm. And
That's
he
quite
was a
true.
football player.
Exactly. Wow. Isn't that something? Who's another one? Let's take a look at another one here. Angela Bassett, and we know Courtney B. Vance.
Yes.
Angela, beautiful Angela. She is 60 years old, looking fine as can be. Looks like she's 30 something when she walks in that suit or in her clothes. Dresses, she's a very good looking sister.
She's very beautiful.
She is. And there is the always every time I see him, I think about him as the pastor who played in that show where Denzel Washington was the angel
Oh yeah.
and Whitney
Preacher's
Hughes.
Wife.
Exactly.
Yes.
He fit that role so well. He still looks like that.
Yes.
But he also plays now in a cops and robbery detective show where he's like a lawyer, I think a defense lawyer, something like that. He's been playing that for quite a while too at the same time. But a lot of guys were like, man, you've got one fine woman. I'm telling you, you got a heck of a relationship.
They're both very good actors.
Mhm.
He's one of those actors that can play many different roles and not get typecast.
Yeah. He's never played a superhero or anything like that.
Not to my knowledge.
No, he really hasn't. It's kind of low key most of the time. Okay, what's our next one? Jesse Williams and Andre
Aaron-
Drake Lee.
Aaron Drake.
Don't know who they are. His face looks familiar, but I don't know where. Maybe some of you out there who are listening right now, who are watching the show, maybe you could tell us who they are and what artists are they at and where. This is off the Essence website that we're looking at too, by the way. Oh, we know those two. Mr. LL Cool J, he's been married for quite a while with his wife. From what I hear, she's high school. She's been with him since high school.
No kidding.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's looking at me. LL Cool J, the guy that licks his chops with his tongue all the time, and the women go wild. There's no way he got one woman that long committed to, but he does. He does. I don't want to get in trouble with L because L my man from that end, so I don't want no beef with you, brother. But yeah, he's been with that lady for a long time. She's been supporting him for a long time. I went into Walmart one time and I saw jewelry that she was pushing, and of course he was there in the picture too, so he was supporting her at the same time. They got a jewelry set that they're pushing to Walmart. You may want to check it out if you get a chance to see that. And if LL Cool J, you happen to be seeing this, you were pushing your product, we need a sponsor. Sponsor us. What do you think about that one?
That's a good one.
I think so too.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know who that person is. That was a voting thing. I didn't want that up there. Okay, let's go down and see who else is going on besides LL. And everybody knows where LL's playing on many shows he's been on. Who are these two?
Ryan Michelle Bath and Sterling K. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They've been
They've been sneezing as long as you have. They saw you sneezing. I'm sorry, I got your back. And we'll put us in the corner. So you said what?
They've been together for 10 years.
10 years?
Mhm.
Oh, what do you think about that 10-year thing?
I think that's a great thing.
You think so?
Yes. We're working on 11.
And why? Edit David headline. You see, how do you get that out of there?
I have no idea.
No, I was trying to get because it's in our face. Now it's not. Oh, it is gone now. I'll be on.
It's over.
I did something. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that the last one? No.
No, there's supposed to be 20 of these.
Okay, who's this?
I have no
That's
idea.
a basketball player. Steve Curry is a basketball
Oh.
NBA basketball player. You ought to be ashamed. You don't know basketball players.
Yeah, I didn't see. Oh, see, now that I see his name, I recognize his name. But other than that, I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea. Wow. Uh-oh.
What happened?
I don't know. Well, we're back. Wow, I don't even know what happened. Really,
Well,
I don't.
Whatever. I think it's just.
It's me messing around too much.
Yes.
Let's go down to the. Oh, that didn't like that either. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Who's our next one?
LeBron and Savannah James.
What does LeBron and Savannah James have to do with each other?
I would say that they're married.
Mm-hmm.
How long? I don't know. But they're married.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. Yeah.
You don't know who LeBron James is?
Yeah, of course
Shame
I know
on
who
you.
LeBron James is. I don't. You asked me how long have they been married? I said I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't say. I think
It might have, but
a little bit.
it doesn't say.
Okay, they got all young one. I'm jealous. We got all young couples.
I know.
Everybody's under 40. I think. Oh, hold on. Then here comes the ambassadors.
Yes.
Ambassadors. Mr. Who?
Denzel
Mr.
Washington.
Denzel Washington. All the women watch right now are going, oh, I got you, Sharon. It's all right. It's
Yes.
all
Oh,
right.
thank you.
I know
Thank
he's
you.
right
Thank you.
there.
Thank you.
Don't fall over too bad.
I'm trying.
Mr. Denzel. I know.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah, yep, she is. So there's Denzel. He usually has that kind of look away look. I don't know what that's all about, but I know they've been together 20, if not more than that. How old do you think they're in the 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. I wish I could have a chance to interview and see how they partner, how they connect in the relationship, especially when we're talking about in the entertainment world, where you think your relationship is bad from the standpoint of the neighbors next door looking at me, my kids are looking at me. How would you like it when you have hundreds and thousands of people looking at you who don't even know you and you're out and around? How do you deal with that? What's the psychology that you have to deal with from the standpoint of relating to your particular partner? There's no doubt about it. There's got to be some strong relationship keys, strong relationship not policies, but principles that you must be looking at and you must be trying to practice to be together that long. In the entertainment world, someone said the entertainment world is full of lies, innuendos, cheap shots, manipulation. Could go on and on and on. It's no wonder why anyone keeps any of the relationships together. But hey, they're doing it. They're definitely doing it.
Yes. They have to have a very hot relationship in order to make that.
And what would a hot relationship be? You bringing up those nasty words. What's a hot relationship?
A hot relationship is a relationship where the couple is honest, open, and transparent. And so they must have great communication. They have specific things that they have set aside to do and not to do and to focus on. So they have to be very hot.
I would say probably you are correct, ma'am. Otherwise, how could they actually, how can I say it, exist the way they exist at that level? What do you think what their conversations are like? What do you think?
I think they would have to do with things that are coming up, how they are going to
by the way,
run their household.
There's a hot button.
Yes.
You said it was hot. That's a hot button right there. Yeah.
A hot button.
So go ahead.
How they are going to run their household. And a lot of times we see one of the couple in the limelight, but we don't see what the other person in the couple is doing. So, they more than likely have job or some type of responsibility or something that they're doing that has to be taken into consideration in the whole running of the relationship in the household. So, I think they probably have conversations about things like that, but I think they probably also have conversations about having fun and doing things obviously for them. They undoubtedly have time for themselves just so they can maintain the relationship on a strong level for as long as they have been together.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so too. Now we're talking about them, but we got somebody else up there. Who is this person that we just seem to avoid it?
I do not know how to say his name, but he is the one that was in that movie, The Green Book.
Yes, he played a real character, African American character, who was a concert a pianist, and this guy kind of wise guy who was basically set up by the Italian mafia, as they would think, because they loved how this black guy played, to go around the country and play at these richy places that wouldn't let any other blacks in. So he was there as the wise guy to keep him safe.
And so he had to drive him around.
Yeah, exactly. So there he is, beautiful couple. Look at that smile. And he's bracing the. Looks like she's pregnant. Yeah.
Their first child.
Yeah, must be. Yeah. Okay, who's our next one? I don't know these at all. All these young folks we know nothing
Teyana
about.
Taylor and
I wish
Iman
if
Shumpert.
anybody out there knows who these couples are, please text us and let us know who they are, what are they in, what do they play in, the movies, the superstars. As for sports players, who are they? Someone probably said, why do you put them out there if you don't know? Well, it was just surprising to us. We wasn't planning to. We just happened to find this website and decided to go ahead and go for it.
But some of the people who are watching, they may know.
Exactly. Get your participation. It's not just about us just talking. Now, who are these two people? Look at that beautiful woman.
Wade and Gabrielle Union.
The young lady from next door. She from Omaha, Nebraska. And I know I've seen her more than once because I lived in Omaha, Nebraska for quite a while. I know some of her relatives, at least. She definitely has the look of the girl next door. She probably went to the same kind of acting classes of a gentleman who's an older gentleman who's kind of real light. He had acting classes that I think I was trying to send my son to, if I'm right, in Omaha, Nebraska on the south side. He has a studio there. And he's been acting for quite a while. From what I remember, I can't remember his last movie he played on, but I think that's where she got her up and comings from that end. Very beautiful lady. He's a basketball player.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he was. I think he retired.
He did.
Yeah, exactly. Next one. And who are these? Chris Paul and Jada Paul. Do you know? NBR star Chris Paul. That's his college love.
Name. I had no idea who he was.
That's his college love too. Look like a very good-looking couple, don't they?
Oh yes, they do.
We got a couple that's supposed to be coming on sometime here soon. They're talking about being in 20 minutes, of course. 20 minutes, we will be gone. It's the next one right here is who?
Michael Vick and his wife, Keisha.
They have been since high school. Man,
wow.
Fame and money. You get someone together longer than 10 years for fame and money, especially millions of dollars. They are doing something right to stay together.
Exactly.
Something right, especially because with that kind of money, you could buy your other wives, your other husbands, or your other side chicks, whatever you may call it, and see no reason why you can stay in them, why you need their relationship. Of course, prenups and what is it called? The people that take the pictures who want paparazzi and all that stuff would be on your business. And wow.
Yes, but more than that, when they come up and they've been together since high school, you can't help but think about how couples always go through ups and downs. There's always something going on, but theirs was in the limelight.
Yeah. How do you deal with your ups and downs when in the limelight? Many times you are letting people look in your window.
Yeah.
see ups and downs. Now, I do know there are some couples, actors that have been talked about. We haven't talked about that they keep their personal life really protected. I know you've heard that before.
Yes.
I mean, it is absolutely protected. I always wonder, how do they do that? How do they keep their personal life, protected? But they claim they keep their personal life protected, so nothing about it really, and they, yeah.
That has to be a mutual agreement,
Mhm.
and they have to, I would think,
Mm-hmm.
just draw certain boundaries that
Mhm.
neither of them will cross, and they won't let anybody else. They have to be the ones that are very protective and hold the line on what is and is not acceptable for their family's visibility. And you have to admire that.
Yes, exactly. Another NBA Westbrook, Nina Westbrook, and snagged her NBA All Star hubby, Russell Westbrook. I wonder if he's related to the large church family that's in the Church of God in Christ. That the last name of the Westbrooks. They're a big, large family. Their dad was a very well-known bishop, I think, at one time in the Churches of God in Christ. Kojak is what they call it. He also, in turn, had marched with many social, whatever we call it,
Social justice.
social justice leaders. That's another word I can't think of right now. I'm a little tired, but I think he's actually. I had a chance to march with not Malcolm, but Martin Luther King
Civil
and
rights.
civil rights. Yeah, civil rights era, and their family is very talented too. Absolutely very talented. And he's a brother that tells it like it is. I remember he used to carry around a briefcase all the time. And I said, man, you do the you the executive guy for God, ain't you? But he was very cool, and his family was real cool too at the same time. Okay, that's it for right now. I think
Yes.
it's time for us to remove ourselves and go to our commercial, and then we can come back and talk about what our topic is and was. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a very good idea.
You sure?
Yep, I am sure.
Okay, I'm going to get there right now. Be right back. Stay tuned, everybody. Be right back. And don't let yourself go. Yay! Back here. We are back.
Yes,
We are
we
back.
are.
Glad to see that you're still here. Still here. Well, we went through the couples that we wanted to do for Black History Month. Um, Actually, Black history is American history. History is world history. And it shouldn't be just for a month. It should be for every day.
Yes.
And as people who are um, feeling that cultural color, if you may want to say, even though we know black and white is a conscript, no doubt about it. It means a thought in the mind, it's a culture that's attached to it. And it's a region where people have came from. It's a melanin that's in their skin. All that stuff gathers together, and people will say, well, I'm going to call myself being black. So this is our history that's going to give and should give this month is our history that should give us that reflection, give us exposure, and we should be very comfortable to actually speak about it. Hey, talking about speaking about it, Sharon, what was you
Yes.
getting ready to say a few minutes ago? I knew you was, I just could hear you was. What was that going to be?
Um, I am not 100% sure.
Why am I not surprised you're not 100%? When I put you on the spot, you're still not here.
Yes, I am here, but you said I was about to say something.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Not going to say
going
anything.
to
That's
say
it. I still
something.
put you on the
Yes.
spot. What happens here? Ugh.
Hey, I'm on the spot, but I
Hey, I
was
bet you at
not.
school you would do that. You
Um,
put them kids on the spot and just not Malcolm, but
I
make
don't
them
do
feel
that.
embarrassed because they don't. Where you at? When you supposed to be here? Why are you someplace else?
I don't do that
Hey.
unless they fall asleep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're awake, so stop it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this. How's that?
Okay. Now, see that
You can do.
I can do.
Okay.
I was
Oops,
not.
you don't like that.
Yes, I was not about to, but I am doing it now.
Yeah. Okay.
On
Do that one.
February 11th, for those of you who are in the Savannah, Georgia, Pooler area, there is going to be a Black History Month pop-up at Tom Triplett Park. The park is located on, I can't see it because it's too small.
Oh, it doesn't even say where the address is, but it's off of what is that street?
It's off of Dean Forest.
Yeah, Dean Forest
Um,
in is that 80?
Yes.
Yeah, Dean
Yes.
Forest in the old 80 that goes into Pooler.
Yes.
You can always just put it in Google and we'll give
I
you
was
the
just getting ready to
address.
say Google Tom Triplett Park, and you'll be able to find it. It is
This
from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
first time ever on Tom Triplett Park, Unity and Community, and the two people who are the organizers with Unity Community who've been doing that long event on River Street for the last 10 years are now responsible on making in the main pavilion, making this happen from what 10 to what?
10 to 4.
So come down, you can see some of the people just kind of, do a little bit more. We got some people who are some brothers and sisters who are actually on OBM right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who that would be, one of them?
One of them would be Dr. Amir Toure,
Mm-hmm.
and
I don't know of anybody else.
I don't either,
Yeah, well,
but maybe they should be.
yeah, exactly. Hopefully we'll have, well, that's not the right one. Hopefully we'll have the guy running the radio station in the background, this digital channel in the background, Mr. Julius. Hopefully he'll show up. Also too, was it Teresa? What's her name?
Teresa.
Teresa will also show up too. We'd love to have you there at the pavilion because we're going to have people who are going to talk about finances, people going to talk about jobs, people going to talk about insurance, people going to be talking about a lot of things that will be up on the pavilion that will be a help to you that you need in these particular times. Around the pavilion, there are going to be plenty of African American vendors, and there are going to be some vendors that will be coming there that are usually there as part of the large pop-up that the Chatham County Parks and Recreation, and of course LLL, that's what I call them, Living Life Locals,
Live like locals.
Live Like Locals, excuse me, who are basically the umbrella host that's really kind of making this happen from there. So it's going to be enjoyable. A lot of people are going to be out there February 11th and want you to be there. How's that?
Absolutely.
Okay, now we're back again.
Yes.
We are back. Let's do a little bit of shameless plug for us.
Okay. Taking the Journey Together, our email ttjt@takingthejourney-together.com. On Facebook, you can find us at TTJ Together. Instagram, we are Taking the J Together.
Exactly.
Okay.
And by the way, folks, this is just water.
Just water.
The drinking will come after this.
It probably needs to.
What else?
And so, oh, when can you hear us other than now? You can hear us on Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time on WRUU, where we will be talking about healthy relationships, just like we do here. You can also pick up some of our past shows at TT, well, there it is down there, rebrand.ly, TTJT-WRUU. Yeah, I got lazy. I truly did. I decided I didn't really want to say all that.
I know.
I should have. And yeah,
Okay.
I think that's it.
That would be it for right now. Let's go ahead and let's get into our topic that we did not get into. We'll try to finish up this. How to keep and create your relationship as being a human, natural relationship. That's right. How do you create your relationship? First of all, you got to believe that you are a natural human being.
Yes.
Then you got to believe from there that whoever you are with in that relationship, you also too at the same time have a relationship that has the right to be naturally connected together. Many relationships there are people in, especially in those surviving relationships, they don't feel that they are at all naturally supposed to be together.
Mm-mm.
You know, after that honeymoon, after a couple of days being around them, maybe that 5-year itch. After that, like, hell no, I ain't supposed to be in this relationship with this person. In my words, I went to the word that I was going to say from a balanced relationship, a higher level, a higher energy is, are you finding and looking for a purpose in your life? And are you looking at the same time that same way with your relationship? Because if you're operating as a natural human being in a relationship, one of the things that natural human beings look for and strive for at a higher level is, what's my purpose in life?
Yes.
Why am I here? What am I to be doing? So since we're talking about healthy, thriving relationships, there's no doubt about it. You should be looking at, what is my purpose in this relationship? What is her purpose? Do we have purposes together as we're going this relationship? Are we really operating in an interdependent way where we both could do more together than what we could do by ourselves?
Yes. Yes. And that's one of those things that you just have to
You really do.
seek.
You really do.
And you need to make sure that it stays in the forefront.
Especially if it's going to be in a long run. I was talking to someone together who says, man, if you use the booty call or you use the lusty lust, then, hey, this person said, I'm not going to stay in bed all the time. I got to get up and do some things. I'm thinking to myself, now this was a guy who said that, because, we're used to hearing women say things like that. But this was a guy who said that. He wasn't that old too. He said, no, I can't be in bed all the time. I got other things to do from that end. So if you're using the lusty lust or the lusty lust, it's not going to last in the long run. One night, maybe 2 nights, maybe a couple more nights. But in the long run, no. So purpose, and both especially have a purpose connected together, and it becomes a lifelong purpose, then you could easily outlive your purpose.
Yes.
And how's that? That means that's a long time of connecting together, because I'm following the line. I'm connected together with a purpose in mind for both of us. Keeps it from being boring. That's what
yes, and that's the thing that's very important too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, being born, not being born. Yeah, I
yes,
think so.
Yeah, because I mean, that's what happens to a lot of relationships that don't last. The couple does not do things to build togetherness.
Yes,
they build, but they build in their own separate silos, and there's not that coming together. So their purposes are so separate that there's no connection.
Yeah, they may find no a purpose to try to create together, to move together in the first place. They have that philosophy I've said before. You do your thing. I would say for black men, I do her thing. That's how we get along. Okay, now it's another way. Still, you do your thing, and I do my own thing,
Mhm.
and then somehow we get along.
And
So,
and
you
then
know.
in a lot of relationships, especially in the relationships where, you know, taking the other side to what you said, there's a
Mhm.
lot of men there, and quite a few black men also, who
Mhm.
have the idea of, you know, I'm the breadwinner, I'm, you know, I'm in this position, you got to support me and whatever I want. And so you do my thing, I do my thing. You can find your thing if you can find your thing, but you still do my thing, and that's how we get along. Whereas in a lot of situations, a lot of women feel that they're not able to have their own way, which is the same thing you just said. Where a lot of men feel like, black men feel like they don't have their own way because the woman is running the dominant the dominant tape.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime one or the other is running the dominant tape, it's not going to work.
No, well, not in the long run. It's going to be
Yeah.
very difficult in the long run when that happens from that end. So you'll have much less compromising, no doubt about it. You'll have probably more capitulation
Mm-hmm.
and outright, how can I say it? Fights, because we're just
Serious
not, because
animosity.
exactly, because we're just not. So, you know, with a balanced relationship, a healthy relationship, you work on trying to have mutual consent.
Mm-hmm.
Mutual consent, you try to find those things that are common with one another, a purpose that you both try to work on together. And there's a lot of work to do with that purpose together. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to be organizing, what particular roles are going to take, who's going to be more assertive, or do we both need assertive? I mean, that's another thing we could talk about, but many people don't even get to that stage
Right,
in the
right.
relationship of finding a purpose that we both can work on together
Mm-hmm.
and use mutual, what was that again?
Agreement.
Mutual agreement to
Mm-hmm.
make that happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so where are we um in her notes?
Oh, there's a note. Also, did she remember where she at? Okay, mutual agreement. You're here. We're here. Okay.
No.
We were talking about the different cultural relationships that are reciprocal, that are involved in this relationship,
Mhm.
and some things that you do in human relationships.
Yes.
The problem is the problem. Like, these are the things that we have to look at in building a healthy relationship, because in a healthy relationship, healthy doesn't mean that you don't exercise. Healthy doesn't mean that you try to eat right. Healthy doesn't mean that in turn you might get it with aches. Healthy doesn't mean that you're doing things that are keeping you at a place and at a way that is in turn healthy. I think sometimes people think healthy is a one shot thing, boom,
Yes.
and then you're there and you're
Forever.
always there forever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Forever, ever.
exactly. And no. I mean, relationships take work.
Mm-hmm.
They will be at work. It's
Take
always
time.
easier when you have some of these principles, no doubt about it. But it's going to take work. And I think to myself, and I don't say, I was going to say thinking in mindset. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. But that's what we pretty much have been
Yeah.
pushed, that when it comes to relationships, it's a wonderful world. Some may in turn get more lucky than others. I am going to say that there's not always a what they say in the crowd. No, I'm something. Oh man, there's always a something to the rules. What's something?
An exception.
Yeah,
to the
except
rules.
some people just have exception to the rules, and they may not have to worry. But many of us in relationships, we don't may not get that lucky. I'm gonna spit that out there,
Right.
and therefore, since that's the case, and life is not perfect, and if you're trying to move because of the fact that you want a healthy, balanced relationship, you have to do these things,
Mhm.
especially because you want to stay human, and you want to stay comfortable as human in relationships. So we talk about problems are problems. That's the first thing. Look at problems, label them as problems, but at the same time, start working through them. Right?
Right.
Okay. We're gonna go through that.
Well, we kind of did with that. Didn't we do that?
Yeah, we did
week?
that before.
Yes.
That sometimes
Yes.
when you're in fights, you're in problems, you find something
Mhm.
positive out of it.
Exactly.
It never said that
Same
you're not
Coco
going to have it.
principle.
Doesn't say it's not going to exist.
Yes.
You don't say that. No, that's not going to happen. No, problems are problems. That's
Mhm.
part of life. That's part of relationship. What you are going to do is in a balanced relationship and a human relationship, you're not going to be inhuman. You're going to try
Right.
to and he be human and you use your emotions in such a way where you're going to be emotionally, and I would say so much controlling, but you're going to have emotional intelligence with your
Yes.
emotion, not let it
Run
right out of
rampant.
control, run rampant at
Yes.
the end, nothing else to do. No, but you're going to know
Mhm.
problems are a problem. I think your emotions will probably be a lot more intact when you in turn come to the conclusion problems are problems. That's part of
Definitely.
life.
Definitely. That is a 100% agreement.
No doubt
right
about it.
there.
Most people go in a relationship thinking that, man, there ain't gonna be no problems.
Mhm.
There'll not be no problems. I'm bouncing if there is. So
Exactly.
they bounce the next day.
And sometimes it's over simple things.
Yes.
And most of the times, and when it's over simple things, it's like, why didn't you just talk to one another?
Yeah.
Why didn't you
If,
just?
if you don't think being human means that you're not going to have problems, that's a problem. If you don't think that in a relationship that means I'm looking for best star, always going to be hunky dory, always going to be good, lusty, and all that good stuff. And then when something falls apart, you know, oh shoot, I didn't even think that's going to happen. I didn't believe it's going to happen.
How do I handle this?
You don't even know how to handle it. Most people don't. They're just going to bounce.
Right. There's no framework in your mind as to how to deal with it. There's no experience that you can draw from. It's just the end.
And if they do handle it, it's handled ugly, nasty, brutishly, as I say. It's just very confusing. All we say, they just go through the process where they're just striving.
Yeah.
They're not thriving at all.
Right.
Debrief difficulties. Remember we talked about what's that? I like to stop on that one too. It's good because time goes by. What's debrief difficulties?
So difficulties will arise in your relationship. That's just how things go when you're trying to combine two lives together. One important way to let these difficulties be constructive rather than destructive is by discussing them afterwards.
Wow.
So if you have an argument when the fire is out, find a time when and sit down and say, okay, what did we miss in this? Let me explain to you what bothered me about what you said. And then you listen to the other person when they say what bothered them and what happened. And you work it out. You go from there. How do we fix this so it doesn't happen again?
Go ahead.
In my opinion, I think a lot of that, sometimes people try to do that, but then they end up pointing fingers.
We have counseled so many people here, people we know, like in Pooler, who own a store or a restaurant. And we know someone that owns a car place. We know someone in some people in Savannah that own restaurants that also in turn own I forgot the other particular business. We have counseled them off their business when the business is over and all that stuff, and it's off the record, and we have talked about these principles and have opened them up that they have really not looked at trying to maintenance the relationship. They've been so busy doing the busy thing to keep the relationship going, which is positive from the standpoint that at least they're taking a partnership role. No doubt about it, but they're not necessarily in that in that partnership role. Are they being humane to one another?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Are they actually being balanced with one another?
Are they actually listening
to one another? When we talk to them, we find out they're not. I remember a couple of times the guys went out and just were tearing when I'm talking about actual tears, when we talked with them and broke down that this is not really happening. They weren't really talking to one another. The lady would break down, or the spouse would break down when we're talking to them, because they weren't really talking to each other. They just went on mostly with the motions, with no real emotions of business. But their relationship was not their business.
It was their escape.
Exactly.
From
and their kids too, also, because they had kids. But their relationship was not that important. When that business falls apart, the rest of us fall apart. Or it could be falling apart because you're not trying to work on that. Debriefing difficulties. When I know talking with them, when we did, most of them, they were not debriefing after difficulty, because most of them were like you were saying, they were what?
Life goes on.
No, they were trying to avoid difficulties. You
Yeah.
just said it correctly.
Exactly.
Most
And
of the
that's
time.
what I said.
Oh, they didn't.
Life goes on. That's
Exactly.
what they would focus on.
Yeah.
Life.
Exactly.
Let it just keep.
Well,
keep
what is that
moving.
one sister? They're lifing.
Yeah.
The one we just met. That's her. We'll call it. She was supposed to be on the show too at the same time. Her brother died, and another particular person died. By the way, folks out there, it looks like there's a second wave of what?
Of COVID.
A different kind of COVID.
It's a new COVID.
It's killing people.
It looks like
young people,
it looks
especially.
like the flu, but it
gets worse than that.
Runs your temperature up over 105.
Yeah.
And you get very sick, and several people
passed away. Heard of. It's a lady who's in the nursing field, so she in turn knows that quickly, and plus at the same time her whole family's going there. So just be cautious. Wash your hands. Watch out who's in your face. All those common things your mom used to tell you. You should be knowing it's not over.
It's never going to be over.
Oh yeah.
Because the flu is never going to be over.
Yeah, from that standpoint.
So we always have to
be cautious.
Build
that immune system. Get your rest, get your sleep, drink the right kind of stuff, fruits and vegetables. Don't be doing McDonald's every day. They ain't gonna really work out from that particular. But going back to that again, those couples that we talked to, if we name their names, people will know where they are in this area. They would just right away knowing and wouldn't be able to believe that whatsoever. But I'm just saying to you, you need to really think about having that relationship. Talk about immune. Hold on for a second. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Some of the principles we teach, like this one, being human in a relationship, because it's a human thing to do. That's like an immune shot itself.
Yes.
These principles are like an immune shot itself in your relationship to keep it on about and making you sick, and then turn not doing the right thing. Ooh, that young man's coming in just when the show's about going over. We're going to have to talk to him. You stay right there, young man. We're going to get to you in a second. I'm pretty sure you can hear me. I'm pretty sure. Shake your head if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yep, so you can hear me.
Okay. Stay
Stay right there for a second, and because we only got about 2 minutes left in the show, but I still want to talk to you anyway. From that end, so hopefully your beautiful wife is over there too, so we get a chance to talk with her. But as we're saying, many folks in turn don't even want to have any problems, let alone at the same time do they even think about the fact that, hey, you got to debrief after that relationship. After you had that particular problem, you need to debrief. Go ahead.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I was looking at in this when you were saying that, it had to do with we're never told how to handle. First of all, we're never told how to handle relationships, and that's why a lot of people don't realize the beauty and the necessity in having a coach, a relationship coach, who's going to help you to work through some of these things. Because what has not been working is what we've been doing
over and over again
in relationships. Exactly.
And what happens? What did they say about you doing the same thing over and over again?
That's if you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, that's insanity.
It is. We've got a couple more seconds to go. We're going to have to let you go. But hey, if you do have some problems, you do need some coaching. We know some of the principles we're speaking will help immune you in your relationship, so that in turn it won't be something you keep on escaping when it comes to problems. You won't go through the problem. Well, I don't know how to deal with debriefing this because I just don't know what's going on. We can definitely help you and coach you in a direction so that your relationship stays healthy, stays balanced, so you could be together for years to come. As I said, find that purpose, and you could outlive your purpose. Let it carry over to your legacy, to your kids, or somebody else that's close to you.
And also share it with other people who you run into or you come in contact with, who have had the same situation, or you see your situation arising in them. Share it with them and say, look, I've been there.
Gotta go. Show's over. Till next time, God bless. Ashe.
And continue.